A KOIN-6 investigation gets even more results. We're learning the state is now putting emergency temporary rules into place to prevent daycare providers from smoking medical marijuana on the job. Now, the governor's Early Learning Council also plans to suggest new laws here in Oregon.
That's right. And we know that there's already support for that legislation from both Democrats and Republicans in the House. Our investigative reporter Carla Castano follows up tonight after her initial investigation broke this story wide open, and it continues to get results.
I continue to dig for you, and I found that there are 9 daycares in Oregon where providers are allowed to smoke medical marijuana. Meanwhile, Alphabet Academy's license remains suspended while they're under investigation by 2 different state agencies. I've also learned the state is taking further action to address the other impacted daycares.
It's not to be used during the hours of operation.
But there were still kids at the 24-hour Salem daycare the day our cameras caught the owner and manager smoking out of a pipe and hitting this bong in the backyard of Alphabet Academy Learning Center.
What was your reaction when you first saw the story, when you first saw the video, when you first found out about the parents' concerns?
My concern when I watched the video on Channel 6 was it was disturbing.
The Early Learning System Director for the state of Oregon tells me she was not only worried for the children because of what appears to be a clear violation of the provisions allowing daycare workers to smoke medical marijuana, but because she was not even aware they existed.
Did you know about the medical marijuana provisions before our story aired?
I did not.
But she oversees the Oregon Office of Child Care, which allowed the provisions.
Did the state drop the ball here?
I don't think so. I think that this is an Oregon issue, and that's what we want to deal with, but it's also a national issue that everyone is struggling with, how to define the rights of adults versus protecting the health of children.
I've requested numerous interviews with Oregon Governor John Kitzhaber, even telling his staff about the KOIN-6 video before our initial investigation aired. He's either declined or been unavailable for interviews so far. But he did give me this statement, which reads, marijuana consumption should not and cannot be tolerated within a child care environment licensed by the state. We entrust our providers to maintain safe learning environments where our children can thrive. There is a loophole that needs to be closed. I want that addressed immediately and have directed the Early Learning Council to take the necessary regulatory action. Still, the governor's Republican opponent this election, Representative Dennis Richardson, says there's no excuse.
It's outrageous that the governor's learning about what's happening in his watch from KOIN TV.
Representative Richardson tells me parents should be notified so they can make an informed choice.
What we need to know is where are the facilities so that parents immediately can make decisions.
Parents tell me they were not told about the medical marijuana use until Alphabet Academy's license was suspended.
Everyone puts on a face for an interview.
This mom says she never even imagined the state would allow it.
That scares me to death. It scares me to death. I didn't see anything myself when I was there, but it scares me to death, but I can definitely relate the two now that I'm thinking back to the interview.
I've learned over the next few weeks, emergency temporary rules will be going into place by the 18 members of the Early Learning Council appointed by Governor Kitzhaber.
Why in August? Why not today?
The August date is the soonest that we could get rulemaking into place.
I asked for the specific rules, but details are still being worked out.
These initiatives that are going to be going in place in August, will those be addressing prescription medications?
I think as we look at what those changes need to be, we need to address all of those.
So I checked, and legally right now parents do not have to be told that their daycare provider is using medical marijuana or any mind-altering heavy prescriptions. However, if a provider does have any special provisions, they should be listed on their daycare license, which should be posted. Jeff and Kelly.
And I know you'll continue to follow this. Carla, thank you. If you have a story you want our investigators to look into, call the tip line, 503-464-0861. or email report it at KOIN.com.